up the green light above the door. Boss walked over to it and slid it open. He then jumped out and pulled the cord to his parachute seconds later, and then he began to descend to the floor of the lost forest. Feet first, he said as he landed. He, he took off his parachute and readied his gun. He took a second to check his surroundings before he dialed on his codec. He heard a woman answer. It was Amanda. Boss, are you in the forest? She asked. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on any of the radars. You won't be able to see anything till you get closer. Intel suggests that the disturbance is coming from the old Mayan temple that the laboratory was located at. Personally, I think that it's La CIA trying to recover any data of the Peace Walker project. So, you think it's the CIA? That would explain all the soldiers that are patrolling around the area. Yeah, so be careful. These guys are highly trained to take on any enemy from close to long range. Thanks for the heads up. I will report my finding to you when I get there. Big boss out. The codec beeped, and then he took one more look at his surroundings to make sure he was alone. He started down a path as he made his way, ducking from tree to tree and from bush to bush, stopping only to hid or rest from the heat of the jungle. Boy, was it hot, and he looked around at the jungle. It was just beautiful, different kinds of plants and wildlife. Lost in his thought, he heard a branch snap from behind him. He stopped everything. He was motionless. The soldier walked past his hiding spot. Slowly, Boss brought his knife up and within the blink of an eye, locked the soldier in the chokehold. Second pass. Suddenly, the soldier stops fighting him and goes limp. Boss hides the body and continues on. It felt like months had passed by when he arrived at the ruin. He climbed up a hill and decided to scout it out. There were scientists everywhere, and soldiers had every inch of the place locked down. They were working on a big machine. It reminded him of a comic he read about a portal that could take you back in time. He tried to contact Amanda, but to his avail, the only thing that answered back was static. Must be a radio jammer, he said to himself as he made his way around. But before he knew it, there was a sharp pain in the back of his head as his vision darkened. He looked up to see Paz grinning over him. Then he blacked out. Well, that was pretty good.
I like the part where the CIA definitely has a lot of soldiers.
What?
This is pretty funny to me, overlapped over this stupid game. While I just sort of murder people when I'm not supposed to.
Maybe I'll join you when I think about it. We didn't even get to the ponies yet, though.
Uh-oh.
I love ponies.
Uh-oh, I might have broken the I might have broken a flag here. Barney's not shutting the door. All right. I'm sorry, Barney. I guess you have to go now. Is he talking to me? I'm not sure.
He gives you a beer.
Oh, well, now he's dead.
A beer. How...
No, I killed Barney. I gave him a plasma grenade instead. Now he's dead.
I'm gonna skip like pretty much the first part of this.
Oh, whoa! How will we keep up with the highly cerebral storyline?
All right, there was a big boom, and also Paz started up the portal.
Oh, did you break the grill and ruin the big boom? Time to load the next map.
It exploded him. Okay. Stray bullet hit the explosive. It exploded with enough force to knock him into the swirling vortex that was the portal. The ruins and the jungle left him as he whipped around the wormhole. Seconds, minutes, hours, years. It felt like an eternity. Finally, the hole opened up to him. Falling from the sky, he held tight to his rifle as he deployed his reserve parachute. He drifted slowly down to earth as he landed. His sight started to fade. He saw the strangest thing. A zebra stood in front of him. She spoke, but he couldn't hear her. He closed his eyes and dreamed about Paz riding a magic zebra into a battlefield, killing
Pause.
all, killing all of his friends. Yeah, Paz. The chick with the vagina bomb.
Be more specific.
She had a boom boom.
Yeah, I was just joking. There would be a lot of vagina bombs.
I know. I'm just trying to. I just wanted to figure out a way to dumb that down even more. Okay, so. Alright, so we're finally at the fucking ponies. I'm just gonna read a little bit ahead real quick. I want to make sure that. Okay, I think Boss is gonna fuck one of these ponies. What sort of technology is this? Said a female voice. I don't know, Zakora. Found him in the woods. Another female voice, Voke, said. This one sounded more studious than the other. Uh-oh. Boss had kept his eyes closed. He heard something strange. Her steps sounded like hooves hitting the ground.
Hooves.
She got really close. Probably to take a look at him. Then suddenly he jumped up, grabbed her, pulling out his knife and pressing it to her neck. Nobody moved. He looked around. He was in a library. But the real kicker was that he was looking at a horse. What the hell is going on here? He asked himself. The blue horse with the rainbow tail and mane puffed up and shot looks of daggers at him as she unfurled.
Looks of daggers at him.
What the hell are those wings? What are you? This is Metal Gear. He's asking a lot of questions. Let her go, she shouted at him. He looked down at his hands, and to his shock, he saw hooves. Dropping his prisoner in shock. What the hell am I? He shouted.
I'm retarded?
I'm retarded? Oh god, this is like Quantum Leap. I wonder if there's a Quantum Leap fanfic with My Little Pony. It would make sense, actually. The blue one started for him. He pulled out his hush puppy and aimed it at her. Don't move or I'll fire at you. Alright, he shot her a try me kind of glance. She took off. He was about to fire when something stopped him and her in their tracks. His gun was glowing a lavender glow, preventing him from shooting. His prisoner turned to look at him. She was a lavender unicorn with a dark blue mane and tail. They had pink and lavender highlights in them. Rainbow Dash, stop, she said. Her horn was aglow with the same light that covered his gun. And you, sir, should be grateful that we were there to save you. Something could have killed you. Landing in the ever-free forest like that, didn't they teach you better? She scolded him. He sighed. Thank you, I guess, but I would have been okay.
I guess.
He looked at her and holstered his gun. He walked up to a mirror. He was a unicorn. His coat was olive, and his mane and tail were a light brown, like his hair when he was human.
Change level again?
He noticed on his flank there was a picture. Taking a closer look, it was camo color splotch, and on top of that were three favorite things. A gun, a knife, crossed to make an X, and a cigar was standing in the center of that. Speaking of cigars, he got one out of his overshirt that had conformed to his fit, his new body shape, along with his bandana and eye patch. He put the cigar in his mouth and pulled out his lighter. He struggled to light it, having no thumbs or fingers, for that matter, made things difficult. He inhaled long last and thought he almost missed that the unicorn was the saying. Sir, she began. The name is Boss. Big Boss. He cut her off and exhaled, exhaled smoke in a long, drawn-out sigh. Okay, Boss, she said mockingly. You can't smoke in here. I know you're not from this universe, but assume all the same rules apply. Okay. How do you know that? He and the Pegasus named Rainbow Dash said in unison. She giggled at both of them and rolled her eyes. I have been to your world before. How did you get here? And what was your mission? I know you're a soldier, but what would you want here? He looked at her confused as he put out his cigar and put it back in the canister on his vest. First off, where am I? Where's my rifle? He looked around, not being able to find it. I hid it. You can have it back when we're finished here. She said, now allow me to introduce myself. I am Twilight Sparkle, and this Pegasus is Rainbow Dash. You can call her Dash for short. You have landed in the wonderful land of Equestria. There are two rulers here, Princess Celestia and Princess Luna. There are also some minor princesses as well. My sister-in-law is the other. This is a land of ponies and magic. We have been in peace for a while now, and we hope it will last, but now that you have arrived, it looks like trouble is soon to follow. Now I have answered all of your questions, so answer some of mine. She giggled at the look of shock on his face. Oh, dear God, yesterday I received a call on my codec about a disturbance in an abandoned ruin. Once I reached my destination, I was knocked out and woke up in a cage. After escaping my cage, I found out that the enemy had created a portal to this world. I tried to sabotage the portal with an explosive, but it went off too soon. The blast, knocking me into the portal, and now I am here, a pony, with one hell of a headache. Twilight felt sorry for him, lost in a new world with no friends. Then she had an idea. Hey, are you hungry? She asked. Yeah, I could use a bite to eat. Do you have any curry?
Man, this is going on for 12 minutes.
Twilight chuckled again. Oh, chucked again. We don't eat meat here, and I'm sure if you tried it,
chucked. Does that just mean vomiting? I don't.
I know a place in town. I have told all of my friends to meet us there. I'm sure they're dying to meet you. Oh, and your rifle is under the bed. She retrieved the gun and handed it over to him. He smiled and began to check for any damages. He pulled the slide halfway to see if it was loaded and tightened the suppressor. It was in good shape. Alright, he said, slinging the gun on his back. Let's go. They walked out the door and Boss began to wonder about his friends. He thought back to the picture on his desk and smiled. He really loves that picture. He was sure they were okay. Oh, dear God. How you doing in
Oh, I'm shooting all the guys. That's how I'm doing.
Oh, good.
I've had to change level a few times, though.
You know what's a good idea, right? No, you don't. You should get the portal gun and beat Half-Life 2 that way.
Oh, I don't have the portal gun.
You get Doom weapons.
I have some weird stuff.
I got the mod that lets you be 2B.
You don't want to get in their way.
Is there anything else we can do? All I'm really doing is just killing all the guys. That's pretty much it.